Welcome, podcast listeners. You are here. It is episode number 146 of the Fret Talk podcast. You are listening to the sounds of your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. That's me. I'm pointing at myself. You can't see it because this is a podcast. It is not a visual medium. So the pointing is for me and Mr. Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey! Because he's here too. It is the Fret Talk podcast. This is like podcast El Clasico. And it is starting the way that we mean to go on, which is largely self-involved and very rambly. So,
standard.
Yep. I mean, it's like day 400 of March or something, isn't it?
I assume so. I genuinely couldn't tell you what day of the week it is.
Yeah, I don't. It's what month are we in? May, isn't it? It is May.
September.
I mean, September will eventually come around. Yeah, it will come around. We'll still be sat here, and no one will be releasing anything. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Speaking of September, actually, I wasn't going to mention this because I forgot, but now I've remembered. That anyone who has shown interest, has bought tickets, or was just kind of generally interested in FX Expo, the one that we talked about on Xander FX cast that we did some weeks ago.
At some point.
Yeah, we did it at some point. Yeah. That has been postponed. So it was supposed to be going on kind of mid-September this year. As we are unlikely to be able to do mass gatherings. And as it's the first one, and Alex was very concerned about the health and safety of patrons and pedal builders. I mean, it would be really horrible to be the cause of coronavirus amongst like all of the UK boutique pedal builders. It would be the wrong thing to be remembered for in the history books. So he's postponed it. So that will be happening next year. So in 2021 September. As far as I'm aware, anyone who has bought tickets, your tickets will be honoured for the postponed one. You don't have to do anything. If you do want a refund on those tickets, you just need to chat with Alex. He's more than happy to do that. So that's our little PSA for this week. I am like super bummed out that it's not happening, but I completely respect Alex's decision to go ahead in this direction. I think it's best that we talk about the safety of our little community rather than kind of trying to rush it ahead and come closer to the time, and we still might not be out of this crazy lockdown sitch, or even if we are, it's still not really gonna be all that safe. So hats off to the chap, and I look forward to 2021 for when that happens. So Matt,
hello.
Have you had a good week? Been all right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like as good as things can be considered, I guess. I've had a bit of a chill week, to be honest with you. I've had a break from building pedals. I had a breakdown when I couldn't read how to solder an LED onto a board. And I got to the point where I was like, do you know what, sod this, I'm never building a pedal again. I'm going to throw all the stuff away or sell it, or just... I was like, do you know what, let's just have a week where I don't even don't plug the soldering iron in, don't do anything, just leave that to one side. So I've not really done anything with that this week until, like... A couple of days later, I was like, you know what, like, I will get round to it. I'm just going to have a little bit of a break. So the only time I've thought about it was I because my dad is in his late 60s and has severe asthma, I'm doing his shopping for him at the moment.
Yeah.
And when I dropped it at his door, and was just speaking to him through the doorway, and he was saying, "Is there anything you could do for me?" And I was like, "Well, I haven't got any spare bits of wood, and I want to make a jig for myself to put a pedal in so that I can drill it without like hurting my feet or my hands or just free holding a pedal and then trying to drill the holes in it. Not a good idea."
Yeah, I mean that is bad news bears right there. It's got like safety at work video written all over it, hasn't it?
yeah. So like, I was talking to him and I just said, "Look, have you got any spare offcuts of wood? Because I'm not spending 70 or 80 quid on a vice that I don't have a workbench or anything, so I'd literally have to clamp it to my desk and then unclamp it and put it away somewhere, and I don't have anywhere to put it." And I was like, "Why don't I just build a flat piece of wood that I can screw down to my desk and have a couple of adjustable bits of wood so that I can screw into the face of the pedal, screw into the side of the pedal. Occasionally I'll need to screw into the top of it if I want to like mount the DC in the top or whatever. Just that holds it in place so that it doesn't spin round when I try and drill into it, and I don't have to like stop it with my hand or stop it with my feet." So the only thing I've done pedal build wise is make basically a homemade vice, a fixed vice that holds everything in place.
Indeed. I mean, there's something that I read when I was a lot younger, when that little phrase that you just mentioned, trying to stop it with your hands or feet. There's there used to be a not very politically correct website called English.com, which basically it had like signs that were badly translated from kind of Asian countries, and there was like a warning sign for a chainsaw, and on this warning it says, "Do not attempt to slow down chainsaw using hands or genitals." I personally thought that might be self-explanatory, but
yeah,
I mean it's written there, so someone tried it.
Genius.
Indeed. Yeah.
So in terms of like the pedal building experience that I've been having issues with, not really done anything on that this week. So it's mostly been playing. I played my acoustic for a while. Like, I assume we normally record around about a Wednesday, so I'm guessing it's Wednesday now, but I'm not quite sure. So about 4 days ago, so I'm going to say Saturday or Sunday, I played quite a lot of acoustic and was like, do you know what? I wonder if I can get a half decent recording tone, because obviously I've now got a setup where I can record the electric, and I was like, well, this has got a piezo pickup, but I don't just want that, so I want to blend like a mic with that. So if I record, like put my condenser mic in front of it and record that, and then put a chorus and a reverb pedal, because that's the kind of things I want on an acoustic guitar. If you're recording like a rhythm track on an acoustic, it just makes it sound less dead. But I don't want it like overly on. So if I have that on the piezo pickup, record that, have that lower down in the mix, and then have the microphone in front of it, and I think I've got what I feel is quite a nice recorded acoustic sound. And it's not kind of like just the generic stick a microphone in front of acoustic either. It's like, I'm not going to say like a professional recording sound, because it's really not. It's amateur kind of bodged as much as you can get, but let's not
downplay you here, Matt. It is a thoroughly professional. And when you hear this, you are going to be asking for the tips and techniques from Matt.
Absolutely, yeah. What you need is a £25 chorus pedal from TC Electronic, a 30 quid reverb pedal from T-Rex, and a bodged setup.
You know what? That chorus was excellent when I tried it. I was well impressed with that. So yeah, I mean, like my entire kind of shtick has been these many years that just because a pedal is cheap, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. And the Afterglow Chorus by TC is pretty much one of them, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, I've had quite a lot of chorus pedals, and I tend to move them on very quickly because I tend to not like bad chorus, and there's a lot of bad chorus pedals out there.
Yeah.
And this one I've had for like a year and a half now, 2 years, something like that. So, you know, it's stuck around. It's always been my backup to the Analog Man, which is in a very different price point.
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
So, like, that's kind of speaks to the testimony of that. And the T-Rex reverb pedal as well that I've got,
Yeah.
I don't think it was quite... I think it was like between 50 and 60 quid, I think I paid for that.
Yeah.
And it's got 3 sounds in it: hall, spring, and room, I think. And, you know, you've got various settings, in, like you control the reverb, the actual amount of reverb, and then the decay. And for a cheapish reverb pedal, that sounds pretty cracking as well. So I just kind of dialed in half decent sounds on that, and like put the acoustic through that, as well as kind of recording the room sound as well.
Yeah, I mean that's the best of both worlds, really, because piezo pickups tend to be really kind of sterile and really bright. And you can tell when you're hearing just a kind of piezo pickup. I always hated like live gigs where they'd just be going through the pickup in the guitar, because it just like it had no body to it at all, and it's just sounded really flat.
Yeah, like you're not actually hearing the acoustic guitar, are you? You're hearing the strings interacting with the bridge.
Yeah.
And that's not what an acoustic guitar sounds like. And that's the worst place possible. Like, I know piezo pickups are the easiest way to get an acoustic to, like, become an electric signal, but that's not what you hear. You don't hear the bridge sound. You hear the bit from the sound hole, which is like 6 inches away at least.
Yeah. But even the like the guitars that have like microphones in the sound hole as well, they're not doing the right thing as well, because what you hear is you've not got your ear directly up to the sound hole. You're hearing kind of a foot away or whatever. You're hearing the projection of that the body of the acoustic itself kind of resonating, and you get all of that kind of deep and rich kind of tonal quality, which you just don't get for a piezo. And I understand that piezos are absolutely fantastic for live use because they don't feed back. They're not like, if you've got a mic up to an acoustic, there's only so much juice you can push out of that, and like you'll get bleed from like the other instruments on the stage, whereas the piezo is really nice and isolated. But like in your situation, like you'll get the attack of the strings with the piezo, but then you'll get like the heft of the guitar with the microphone a bit further back. So I imagine that's quite a nice sound, actually.
Yeah, well, and that's what I was going for. I just wanted to see if I could do that, and I got what I think is a fairly nice tone. Like I say, I've managed to kind of get a little bit of reverb on there without having to use like DAW reverbs and DAW kind of chorus effects, because although the stuff on recording software is fine, it's digital and...
I mean, the reverb pedal is digital as well. You haven't got like a tiny little hole inside your pedal.
Okay, yeah, but it's the stuff in the pedal is stuff that I would happily take out and gig, whereas the stuff on your kind of whatever your software you're using tends to be of a lower quality or more difficult to get a quality that you'd be happy with.
I think for me, reverb on a DAW is much more fine-tunable and much more honeable than a pedal. However, any other like modulation effects, any modulation effect that I've tried on a DAW, like the built-in ones, have always just sounded crap in comparison to in comparison to a guitar, because they're not fine tuned for a guitar, whereas a guitar chorus and a guitar phaser or whatever, they're all tuned to the frequency of a guitar, so they're only affecting a certain spectrum, and it's complementary to the frequency range. But I'm very interested to hear your sounds. You mentioned budget reverb pedals there. I remember I've seen a couple this week actually. The same reverb pedal keeps cropping up again and again and again. And it's a tiny little pink. I think it's called the Moloko Spring Reverb. It looks like it's got like a barcode on the front. And it's essentially just two knobs. And apparently, they're really, really cheap, but apparently they are legit little pedals. I keep meaning to try one of them. The one that I saw today, like the board that I saw today, with that specific reverb on, was Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups. He shared a post of his like most recent board, and it took me by surprise. I don't know if you've seen it, Matt.
I've seen the board. Yeah, I saw the board. I think he shared it in the Fret Talk group, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
I think so.
I know you. Wherever he shared it. Oh yeah, of course he did. Because Phil of Pedal Patch. Because he actually shared it because he was like, I bought these pedal patch cables, and they are literally genius. Look at how neat my wiring is. But what took me by surprise, I mean, like, the pedal patch stuff's brilliant and whatnot, and like truly is legit. And you've had testament to them. Fletcher's had testament. Yeah. Like literally, so many people have. And I'll keep kicking myself every time I see a post mentioning pedal patch that I haven't got off my arse and done it myself. Because I've got 2 packets of the fuckers up there. It's the commitment I think that I'm scared of. Is that I don't know if I'm committed to the board. It's not the patch cables. The patch cables will be fine. It's the moment I wire up the board, it'll be, oh, but I want to change that pedal out. Oh, okay. So I need to just like tear all the pedals off my board. Go. This is what I'm sticking with for life now. But
it doesn't need to be. If you've got 2 packets of the stuff, you've got enough cable to do my board 2.5 times, and I've got 17 pedals on my board. So you don't even have to sit. If you get to that board and you go, do you know what? Actually, I'm going to chop it out. And oh god, I've gone from a pedal that is side mounted into a top mounted, back into a side mounted, to top mounted, top mounted, top mounted, and these are now too long. All you have to do is take it apart. You just cut the ones that you've gone that are too long in half, and oh right, yeah, you've wasted 1.5 inches of this cable, but you've got another 4 meters sat in the cupboard.
You've convinced me, Matt. I think this is going to be my next project.
It should, but like I say, I bought two full packs, and I've got a full set of wire on top of my wardrobe, like a whole 3 meters of the stuff that came with one of the sets, because I didn't need all of that length, and I've rewired the board.
Oh, matron.
I think I've rewired the board 2 or 3 times. Yeah. So, like, you absolutely can rewire to your heart's content. If you've got 2 sets of the stuff, all you'll ever have to buy is, if you buy a ridiculous amount of pedals and want to wire a massive board, you might have to buy some more connectors.
No, to be fair, I think I only really want to wire at most 7 pedals in. So I think I might be okay.
You'd be fine.
I think I might be
absolutely fine.
But yeah, so like the wiring job was brilliant, and it's kind of what I expect to see these days. But the pedals that Fletch was flexing, my gosh, you see some of those pedals.
I noticed he had one of the special edition Kossoffs with the medal on it.
He did, yeah. He had a special edition Kossoff. I think he had 2 Hello Sailors, I think he had a Tate effects on there as well. It might have been a Rise of the Dead. He had a Thorpe as well.
Yeah.
So like, when did Mr. Fletch get so legit? This is. I'm getting jealous. So yeah, I had a little bit of board envy, but I think he had an Afterglow on there as well, and I think he had one of these little tiny pink reverb pedals. Oh, he had a Cab M on there as well. Like, so it's very much the stuff that I've been coveting the past year, pretty much. So, like, kudos to you, Fletch. And very, very soon, I'm not going to mention when or what, but very, very soon we might be hearing something else from Mr. Fletcher. So do keep your ears and eyes open, because there might be a little something on the horizon. So yeah, so keep abreast of that situation. So you've done a little bit of kind of dabbling with recording, but you shared a couple of pictures about how recording didn't go so much to plan when you first started, did it?
Yeah, so like I said, I was playing the acoustic towards the weekend, and then kind of like it was Tuesday by the time I'd come around to deciding that I was going to record something. And I set everything up, and I got a nice level on the acoustic, and I got the blend between the piezo and the microphone, and I got it all sorted, and I hit record, and I strummed an open E chord and snapped the D string on my acoustic.
Oh, shit.
And like I was reminded by, like, when I went to get my spare set of acoustic strings, that the last time I ordered a set of acoustic strings was because I'd snapped a string and I didn't have any left, and the receipt was with them, and that was, I want to say it was April 2018. So those strings have been on that guitar for 2 years.
I mean, they have done above and beyond their kind of their time,
Absolutely.
haven't they?
So yeah, I've got no qualms. If you want a set of strings that'll last forever, and bearing in mind, like I play that guitar every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes, because it normally lives like in within reach of my right hand when I'm sitting at my computer, which I do quite often.
Yeah.
And it's the easiest thing to practice with, because you don't have to plug in, you just sit down and play. So it gets use pretty much every day. So I basically got 2 years use out of a set of Elixir strings. So
is this Elixir acoustic strings? I didn't even know they existed.
I've been using Elixir strings on my acoustics longer than I have on my electrics.
Ah, right, crazy.
Yeah. Coated. They're not NanoWeb, but it's the same kind of coating as that's on the electric strings anyway.
Yeah, I mean there are 3 different types of coating, aren't there? I remember
NanoWeb,
and
OptiWeb, and I can't remember the other one.
Yeah. It's the third one, isn't it? In the kind of orangey packet or something.
No, orange is Nano.
Or is it the Nanos? Because I know Optis are green.
Yeah. And I can't remember what the other ones are.
What flavour's the other one?
I've never used the other ones. I started off on Nano. I tried the Opti and wasn't a massive fan, and just went back to Nano.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, I literally sat down to record and then snapped a string, and then I was like, do you know what?
Yeah.
I'll just plug in the Variax.
Yeah.
Because I put the picture on, and you were like, I'll just use the Variax. And I was like, yeah, I'll just use the Variax. And I sat down, and there's the song I'd chosen, and you're going to hate me for it because it's a Foo Fighters song, was My Hero. And there's a melody line that you play on basically 2 chords in most of the song. It's an E chord and then a C minor 9 with a melody on the B string. And as I went to play that melody on the B string snapped.
Literally only you, Matt. Only you.
And those strings are 5 weeks old, and they're Elixir NanoWeb, so I don't know why Don't know why that's gone, but it snapped right at the bridge. And I've checked, and there's no burr, so I don't know what's gone on there. I think I've just got unlucky with a set of strings with probably a slight fault on it.
Yeah, it's worth. I emailed. I can't remember which company it was. Either Ernie Ball or Daddario, because I had a set of strings that did that, and I got onto them on Facebook and just went, "Yo, look, here's these set of strings. I put them on like maybe 2 weeks ago, and then one of them has just, I think it unwound itself, and they didn't even question it. They just went, yeah, cool, just give me your address, I'll send you out a spare set," and it was sorted. So yeah. You might want to do that.
Yeah, I might do, because it's pretty annoying. Because like I say, I remember talking about it on the podcast because I snapped it at a gig and then didn't change the strings for a while, and then I did just before I did that recording for you.
Yeah.
For the Variax video that you still haven't recorded.
I still haven't. No, I do apologise. I seem to be in kind of a rut at the moment where I record the podcast on a Wednesday, record the No Talk All Tone on a Thursday, and then like Friday it's released, and I'm like, okay, cool.
Don't need to worry about anything now for a while.
Yeah, that's it. And it gets to Wednesday again, and I'm like, okay, I've got to do a podcast. And then I get in this kind of rut where I'm finding myself with little spare time. Because recently I've done a few little redesigns for our logo to try and freshen things up a bit, and just kind of try my hand at something new. So we've. I mean, you might notice unless you listen to this on iTunes, which the logo has remained a constant. You might notice if you're on Android devices, it'll come up with like there's been different logos that I've been testing out, and I think we might have settled on a finished product now. It looks kind of nice. Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of that, where I've kind of been playing about with a certain photo editing and like publishing and design software that have given a 90-day free trial during the apocalypse. So I've been taking advantage of that 90-day free trial, and I've hovered over the buy now button quite a few times.
We'll talk about this after the cast. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah. And the program, if anyone's interested, and if anyone does want to see if like Photoshop alternative is any good for them, it's a program called Affinity. So it's Affinity Photo, Affinity Design, and Affinity Publisher. They're fantastic. Like the programs are really good. The problem is, I mean, they're only like 24 quid for like a full license. You're like, yeah, that's really cool, but you have to buy each one individually. And I'd use the photo stuff because I do the podcast, and I do like the No Talk All Tone stuff, where I like take the thumbnails and all of this. So the photo editing software is really interesting, and I'm like, yeah, I need that. Okay, I'll go for that one. But then like the design one works really well for like the like logo design and for like any like publication stuff that we do for the podcast. I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll have that one as well then. Yeah. Yeah. And then the publisher one, it's a bit like Microsoft Publisher, but less childish. So it's really useful for like kind of working stuff and like the stuff that the other two don't cover. And like, oh, I'll have that one, and then you're like racking up nigh on 80 quid. Yeah. So it's been a bit steep, but I have been hovering over the button like, just buy now, just do it, do it, because it's like 50% off now as well. And then if I miss out on that opportunity, they're going to be like 50 quid a pop. So
Yeah, and at that point, there's a big difference between dropping 25 quid on one and then going, oh, do you know what, I'll drop 25 quid on the next one, and then going, oh, you know what, I'll drop 25. It's a big different from that to 150 quid for the 3, isn't it?
yeah, so I've got to kind of either like shit or get off the potty. So I've got to kind of weigh up whether this is better, like this will enrich my life more than the current stuff that I've been using, because I've been able to do without that program, but it looks better now. It sure does look better now. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'll see where I go with that. Not the most exciting thing that I've done this week though. We're gonna ramp up to that. So I did mention the no talk all tone, and this week was a fan favorite. This one they were requested this one in multiples. So more than one person asked for it is what I'm saying. What I deemed the chili boost, and you really don't have to be all that smart to realise what this is based on. But yeah, it's a modified Dallas Rangemaster. So it's like treble boost kind of territory. It's got a kind of tone knob, so it goes from like full range to where the original was, like a really kind of focused honky upper mid spike. And then it's got a gain control as well. So whereas with like the original Rangemasters, to get the gain you'd need to crank the absolute shit out of them, which is why a lot of our heroes are deaf. But so I mean, it was par for the course. Everyone was doing it. Who needs hearing into their 50s and beyond? So yeah, exactly, Matt. Exactly. Quality dad jokes.
I knew that would pop you.
So yeah, it's got like a gain control, so you can crank it, but then attenuate it afterwards. So it's a really truly versatile pedal, and it sounds fantastic. On the video, it sounded quite good actually through the clean-ish channel, but you understand really where they're meant to be used when I put the amp on, like the dirty amp. As you get your Marshall amp, it's cooking a bit.
Yeah,
it's got a bit
and then
of
you push it.
Yeah, it's that Spinal Tap moment of going up to 11, isn't it?
That's it, like when people use a lot of these in demos, a lot of them tend to go, here's my clean tone, and then push the pedal on, and they sound all right, but that's not what they're designed for.
No, exactly. Which is what I did. I went, here's what you'll get if you put it through a clean tone, and yeah, it's a sound. It doesn't sound bad. It can sound a bit boxy, actually, which...
Yeah, like... It's a say, like, I know you quite like the sound of a tube screamer into a clean amp, but I think it's shit. I just can't, like, clean amp, tube screamer, yeah, all right, it makes your Strat sound not terrible, but I mean, play a Telly or a Les Paul if you want a not terrible clean sound. Like, I know the Strat doesn't sound terrible. You know, I'm just playing up to my gimmicks here.
That's it, classic Matt. What do you think about delay, Matt?
Yeah, but like, nobody really like Tube Screamer. The thing that everybody who's ever made the Tube Screamer famous has used it for is either pushing an already driven sound that they've got from their pedal board, or pushing a driven amplifier and using it as a lead boost to just kind of push everything to 11, or to give their sound that extra little kind of cut through the mix, even if it's for rhythm. But it's not just the Tube Screamer that's making the gain. The gain is usually coming from somewhere else, and that's the tone shaping. And it's the same with the Rangemaster. It's a tone shaping device. It's not a gain pedal.
Yeah, I think these pedals are very much kind of like the sauce, aren't they? You can't have a plate of tomato sauce because it's a bit acidic and a bit gross.
Yeah, it's incredibly sugary, and
people look at you weird if you just like with a spoon eating tomato sauce.
Yeah.
But you put it on you put your tomato sauce on like a side with like your chips and your steak. It's like a nice little that bit of tang on those chips. Delicious.
It's the little bit extra just to kind of make the thing that's already good better.
Yeah. Bit of brown sauce on a bacon sandwich. That's what we're talking about.
Red sauce on a bacon sandwich.
You can go either way. I sometimes even go mayo, or hot sauce. But I put hot sauce on everything.
I don't understand the mayo on a bacon or sausage bat. I know plenty of people that do it, and I just don't. I know people have mayo with chips, and it's just weird.
Yeah, mayo's good with chips.
No,
but mayo is just an alternative to cooking up an egg, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can't be.
I'm not a mayo person.
Yeah. It's a stereotypically white person thing, isn't it? Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
But like I say, I'll go for hot sauce. I've got a Frank's red hot sauce on the table just for shits and gigs. I have that on crumpets.
Fair enough.
Just
whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I had this sauce once though, and funnily enough, bringing it back round, it's called like hot naga sauce, and that was so hot it made me hallucinate. It was like I was sweating. I was seeing figures around me that weren't there. I had to take a break, so I just splashed that on as if it was any normal kind of like jalapeno sauce or whatever.
Yeah. And it wasn't.
Yeah, naga hot sauce ain't fucking bout, I tell you.
Fair enough.
Use that sparingly. So yeah, I mean that's the treble booster, and that is my experience with hot sauce. Just in case you were wondering. But yeah, so I did allude to that something special had happened this week.
Yeah.
And it kind of ties in with something someone we were talking to, slightly less long ago than the Xander stuff. Mr. Adam Yeomans had mentioned how he was developing his pedal company Chevtone, and was kind of in the latter end of developing his two pedals. This week, like, we observed proper social distancing, and he delivered to me the number 001 prototypes of the Honeyburst and the Messiah. So I've been going through those this week, and I purposefully didn't run the cameras with it, just so that I could have some time to like truly just get immersed in the experience.
Yeah, I think it's certainly for the first time of playing a pedal, especially if you like. I know Adam is at the moment very clear that he wants people's opinion on what they sound like.
Yeah.
And I think like for you to learn a pedal or learn what a pedal does and kind of get your own opinion on it, I wouldn't want a camera on or anything like that, or to even try and be doing a demo. I think you've got to spend a bit of time learning your favourite kind of settings before you even try to do something like a demo.
Yeah, and fortunately, I didn't put the camera on because I ended up losing a good half hour just to the first one. Like, I didn't even know where that went, because I'd put the pedal on, literally just plugged it in and turned it on, didn't even bother messing with the knobs of the switches. And it gave me exactly the Richie Blackmore tone in Mistreated by Deep Purple. So I put that tune on and jammed to that, and did that like a good 3 times over, because it was that good. So yeah,
Ace.
so like you can imagine where that one's kind of pointing. It's like a classic Marshall kind of style drive. Like even without tweaking much, you're getting a classic tone. It's got like the current iteration has got like your two settings. It's got like a low gain mode and a high gain mode. And the low gain mode is your Marshall crunch channel. You're getting a good solid kind of rock tone, and that's where I was with this mistreated tone. Neck pickup on the Variax, on the magnetic pickups, just busting out some Richie Blackmore licks. Not quite as well as Richie Blackmore, if I'm being quite honest. But
I mean, like you can't. I'm not saying you can't ever get to that standard, but it's no shame not to quite be doing it to the same level as Richie Blackmore.
no, he was and still continues to be rather talented.
Yeah, what a prick.
I know, yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was getting that tone, and then I had to play about with the controls. So it's got volume gain and like a bass and a treble, which is really useful. In the high gain mode, I went through to kind of, you're talking like Gary Moore, kind of still got the blues, saturated kind of Marshall lead tone. But then I decided to be childish and whack everything up to 11. And I found
Why the fuck not?
Yeah, well, yeah, when in Rome. Yeah, because I mean, part of it was that I was exploring every crevice of the pedal and seeing how it ticked and where its limits were and whatnot. So the gain control on it currently works in a kind of like 2/3, up to 2/3 of the gain is your standard control. So you go in lower gain to kind of higher gain. Like I say, the low gain mode is kind of your Marshall crunch channel. So you're getting a decent grit to it, but you're not really going into like super saturated. And then the higher gain is kind of Gary Moore opening up a Marshall stack to full tilt. But then you push it past that 2/3 kind of standard, and the way he's designed the circuit is that it's overdriving the amplification stage, and it overdrives it in a really, really sweet way. So it starts to kind of like break up in a fuzzy way. So it almost sounds like you're putting a fuzz pedal in front of the amp that you've already got. So, I mean, which is why I ended up spending a load of time using this pedal. So with the low gain mode, it's kind of like that, like traditional, like ZZ Top style sound where you've got low wattage combos, like Fender combos pushed beyond the point where they should really be pushed. And you're getting that kind of the bass gets really flubby and everything's getting a bit fuzzy, and it just feels like it's breaking in the sweetest possible way. So I had a lot of fun with that, and then obviously the higher gain mode, it sounds like a full, like a stack at full whack with a fuzz face in front of it, and it's just getting like really chewy and just gnarled up. I'll be trying to get some audio clips and maybe some video of these being used sometime soon for like the promotion and when they do get released. I am very excited. I'm going to be prepared though, because I don't want to again lose a good couple of hours to it.
Yeah.
So I also played the Honeyburst, which is currently going to go under a couple of revisions because the one that I've got is experimenting with different diodes, and I think that the previous iteration is something that aligns more with what Adam had in mind for it. But again, like the Honeyburst is a kind of lower gain. It's kind of full range, almost kind of along the lines of like the Blues Breaker or like the Blues Driver, where it's kind of full range, and just gives you more of what your amp already sounds like. It's really powerful, and it's got diode selections as well. The current one has got between a silicon diode in the clipping stage and a germanium diode, and you get it's like a feel thing. You get kind of more of a harsh top end crunch with the silicon, and it smoothens out a lot more with the germanium, and it's just like if the top end is kind of like your blues, like the silicon is like your Blues Driver, the germanium creams it up and becomes more tube screamery in that kind of smooth, rich saturation. Oh, it's. I mean, the name for it is really apt because it's Honeyburst, and you just like with that germanium setting, you're definitely getting the honey with that. Because it's like that sweet tone, like it's sticky. You can feel it under your fingers.
Yeah, I mean, you need to stop selling me these pedals. Like, I've already even before we started talking about because you only really described these pedals to me in the last couple of days, and I'd said to Adam 3 or 4 weeks ago that as soon as he's kind of comfortable with them, send them across, because he on the Messiah, he was going to change the way the diodes were between his original prototype and the kind of line that he's going to release, and then he decided not to in the end. So he was going to send me the prototype and then like one of the set made ones, and ask for like my preference between the two. But I think he's obviously I think you might have heard both versions, have you? Or
I've played both. Yeah,
and he's kind of done it, and he's decided to go back to the way the prototype was. So he's literally sending me the prototype just to kind of. He said, "Don't pay him yet. Play it, see what it sounds like, and then kind of make a decision." But hearing what you've got to say about it, and hearing what he had to say about it on the cast that he was on the other week, I can't see that going back.
Yeah. It was. In fact, actually, I've got I've got the original of the pre-prototype. This is back when because the prototype that he's did and he's sending for you is the tag board layout version of this, which is like the I think this is probably a Vero build. This one. This is like the original. So he has asked me to do a comparison on these two, and I loved this one so much that this was on my on my band board. It kicked it kicked my my Blues Breaker, like the one that I had made, and it had to do some pretty decent tones to be able to do that, because I loved that Blues Breaker. And I've recently refinished that actually. But I think
that was
that was the original. So I need to test those two against each other. But
yeah.
I can tell you the Messiah's better. I mentioned to you before the cast that this 001 I might end up losing that one. So it doesn't go back. It might go into my pedal cupboard, and oh no, I can't find it. Oh well. You can make another one, can't you? Shouldn't have told him that on the cast. Oh well.
Yeah, you probably should have left that one for like.
I can edit that out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Like you talking about that has just made me remember the other thing that had popped into my head this week, because I was panicking, going, right, well, if I like the sound of this, how do I get it on my board? And the more I think about it, the more I realise that I don't need to get it on the board. What I need to do is, as long as I just get another fuzz pedal, I can probably make 2 boards of gigging quality. So, if I like the sound of this, and I imagine that it'll do, in a slightly different way, a similar thing to what the Kossoff drive does, it's that kind of classic Marshall sound, and it'll sound a bit different, but it'll be that style of pedal. And if I have one board that's got the Kossoff with my Hello Sailor Tube Screamer, and another board that's got this with the Antares, or swap the Tube Screamer and the Antares round for like kind of the lead boost, and then have Hotcake on one board and OCD kind of on the other. I've then got enough different drive sounds that I've still got a range master to fit on one of the boards, and then stick like either the Razor Dead on one. Maybe I need a Razor Dead Germanium just to kind of like compare the two, and then I can have one of them on either board, and then all of a sudden I've got 2 boards worth of drive pedals. Yeah. I've already got backups for all of my main pedals on my main board, so, and then I could have like specific band boards, so like I don't actually need an Octaver for the second band or the band I'm drawing most recently.
Yeah.
So I'll just have my OC2 on the main board. I won't need an Octaver on the other one, and then like I don't need a delay pedal with my first band, but I do with the second band. So like where the Octaver would have gone, and so maybe I need to downsize the board. But like I've not finalised this, and this is just all the things that have been going through my mind. But like
you might have reached a solution to
a problem that didn't exist.
Well, yeah, rather than having one giant board that fits 2 bands, you could have 2 slightly smaller boards that will fit each band individually. And it means...
Yeah, and like at a push, I could do a gig with the other band without the 1 or 2 pedals that would have to drop off.
Yeah, and it does mean that if we are ever in a global pandemic situation again, you might have one of the boards away at storage.
Yeah.
But the likelihood of having both of them away... So...
Yeah, that's the hope, is that I won't be in this situation again where I have no access to the large proportion of the pedals that I prefer.
Yeah. Just kind of thinking off the top of my head with this, you mentioned you might go for a Raise to the Dead Germanium. I'm thinking recently... he's been doing a lockdown fuzz, hasn't he?
Yeah, but yeah, he has.
I mean,
and I think like there's Germanian ones of those, and they'll be different enough.
Yeah,
and they're cheaper.
They're in gold hammerite finish as well. Well, he has been doing them in them, and they look absolutely fucking fantastic. So
they do.
Yeah, it might be worth looking out for one of them. I
like the idea of that, but I also like the black ones that he's doing, the like kind of fettled black kind of. I don't know, like yeah.
So maybe it's time just after this cast that you go on tateeffects.co.uk. Yes, you're right.
And see what he's got.
That's tateeffects.co.uk.
Yeah, and I don't know, like listeners will have noticed if they're in the Facebook group that one of the I think the coloured Antares that he's been doing at the moment have got transfer fronts, and he kind of messed up one of the transfers. Either that or the printing company he got them from printed the finish slightly wrong on the red one, and he had an Antares that was B stock, and I say B stock with like air quotes.
Yeah, I still can't see it.
There was a slight small, like, I think if you look in the top right hand corner, there's like a little bit where the design isn't quite right.
Okay.
And I, like, you or I probably wouldn't notice it, but Stuart's decided that it's now a B stock and has knocked some cash off. So I shared it in the group straight away because I wanted our listeners to be aware of it. So if I ever see stuff of Stuart's that is classed as B stock, I'll always share it in our group because
it's not B stock at all. He's lying to you.
Yeah, like both the ones I've got have technically been B stock. One because he took it to some guitar shows on a board. Yeah. So it was used. Yeah. I mean, it's got
to get that away.
It was scuffed. Yeah. And then the Razor Dead I've got, he ran over it with his drill when drilling it, and there's a slight scratch that you can only see if you look at it side on with the light shining directly on it.
Oh, it's definitely B stock. In fact, that's C stock. It should have more money taken. I know a certain person who's eyeing up that red Antares, by the way. So by the time this cast comes out, it may even not be.
Yeah, it probably has gone. That's why I shared it in the Facebook group rather than just talking about it now, because by the time this cast is released, I mean, it'll have been discounted for 7 days. It's probably gone.
Yeah, well, I'm just double checking because I think
it's already gone.
Yeah. I can almost guarantee it because the message that I've just got is, it's Mr. Yeomans, by the way, who's this, as he says, yeah, I think I needed Antares, and I went, are you going to get no arguments against that from me? I've been very vocal about how awesome that pedal is.
Yeah.
And he's recently sold a guitar as well, which
he has.
That'll give him a bit of cash.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And we all know when you sell a guitar, it's to fund another purchase in the guitar world.
Well, I mean, he was talking about a Captor X. I was like, that'd be a very wise purchase. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. He'll probably have bought and sold another guitar by that point. We are close to the end of our podcast. However, I have remembered one thing that we were going to do this week. And this is going to be the worst possible way of doing this.
Are you not going to, like, play it down the microphone from your phone, are you?
I am going to play it down the microphone from my phone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the actual audio into the podcast. So for you listeners, it won't sound like this. However, for us, it will sound like this.
Hello, it's Marcus here of Marcus Deluxe Pedalboards. Of course, that's Marcus Deluxe Pedalboards. You both seem to be fans, for some reason or another, of the Line 6 Very Flaps. If there was, however, something you could change about it, or multiple things you could change about it, like turn it into a proper guitar, what would those or that thing be? Anyway, cheers.
This is from a feature that I shared. Completely forgot that we had it. But I was poking around on our podcast. I don't know what you call it. The provider, the service that we use to cast the podcast. And they've got a really helpful little tool that if you click on that link, you can do it on a browser on a computer, or you can do it on your phone. You've got the app. You click on that link, it sends you through to a place where you can record a question for us to play out live. That was Marcus Deluxe of Marcus Deluxe Pedalboards. Yes, you're right, Marcus Deluxe Pedalboards. Also the YMAG podcast. And he asked us, essentially, like, if there was anything that we could change about the Variax, what would we do? So, Matt, you've got a response to this, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, my very first thing when you sent me the audio clip was, the first thing I changed about the Variax is the opinion of snobs on the Variax.
Fight.
Because I think, like, as much as, like, obviously, I'm saying it as a joke, like, yeah. I do think that people's opinions are coloured before they actually hear it. Like, I would imagine that most of the people that criticise the Variax have never tried a Variax.
Yeah, I think the problem with that is they're very hard to come by. I was actively interested in the Variax, and the 2 times I went into a shop to try one, they had the guitars there, but they didn't have batteries charged for them. So, like, even if you can find a shop that stocks the Variax, unless they are like shit hot, or unless you can like phone ahead and ask them to charge your battery for you, then chances are you'll be able to play the guitar but not try the tech, and that's kind of what the point of it is.
Yeah, and I get that, but like at the same point, you're therefore punishing the company and the product for the downfall of the shop who's trying to sell you that product. Rather than punishing the shop, you're punishing the product because you can't try it. And I would urge anybody who has an opinion on the Variax who hasn't tried one to find somebody who has one, or find a shop that has one, and actually go and try the thing with a battery on full charge. Once it goes below 3 bars, so once it's on 2 bars or 1 bar, I would almost go to say, leave the jack in it overnight, let the battery drain, and then charge it again.
Yeah, I mean, you get the kind of the ballpark of it, but it loses a bit of punch, doesn't it? And they don't quite sound as authentic as they do when you are at full charge of the batteries.
And to be fair, like that first half the charge. So if we say that there's 4 bars on the back, 4 and 3, absolutely spot on. You can't tell a difference. I would say that lasts for 3.5 hours ish.
Yeah.
So you're getting a gig length out of that. Like you don't have to worry, as long as you've charged it before the gig. You are going to be able to gig. So it is a tool that you can use live, and I do use it live. Like I said, like I especially with a new band where I've got 12-string stuff and acoustic stuff and stuff with drop tunings.
Yeah.
It's absolutely a fantastic tool for somebody in a covers band who needs to cover a wide variety of sounds, who doesn't want to spend their time having a Telecaster in Open G to play their Status Quo, having another Telecaster in standard tuning to do some 50s and 60s rock and roll, having a Strat, having a Les Paul, having a 335. Like, you've got all of those sounds in there, and they sound legit.
Yeah. That's the crux of it, isn't it? Because if the sounds were what we perceive the quality of, like the original pod sounds are the equivalent of today's kind of Helix, you would probably find the effort to have that Telecaster in Open G and to have a 12-string rather than have to suffer the...
Absolutely.
Whereas it's honestly it's a very, very good sound. Like we said, it's not 100% of the time. The tunings sometimes, if you go in like ridiculous tunings, you can kind of notice it's like 95%. But it's good enough. Like, it is a good enough quality that it doesn't snap you out of that kind of inspiration. If you put like on a Strat tone, you get into that Strat zone.
Absolutely.
That should be their tagline, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
But you're like, you put the Les Paul model on. You're suddenly playing rockier stuff. You're suddenly riffing the fuck out. And you get into that kind of vibe, even though the feel of the instrument doesn't change, like the feel of the neck doesn't change. You start to feel the connection you do with that sound. So I completely agree with you. I think it would probably bowl people over more if they heard it. So if we're now talking kind of next iteration of Variax, what would the features that you would like to see
Right.
on that.
Immediately, the first thing I would change about it is have a functional, working way to create custom banks, because their software is useless, and realistically, I don't want to have to plug my guitar into a computer to create a custom bank. I want to be able to somehow on the guitar say, right, this setting, if I press and hold the setting button, it copies the setting that I've got, and then I'll go to custom bank 1, put the selector at position 1, and then press the button again, and it's copied that sound I pressed and held over onto custom bank 1, and then I've got the Les Paul neck pickup on the neck pickup selection of custom 1. Then I go to the Telecaster, and I want the Telecaster neck pickup in position 2, and I press down and hold, copies that sound, take it back over to custom bank 1 again, press it again, and it's pasted onto there. And just that functionality would make it from a really good working tool to almost a perfect musician's tool, because it's so difficult to use their Workbench software that I still haven't got the hang of. I've plugged it in 3 times now, and I still haven't got what I want out of that custom bank. If I could just copy and paste the sounds that are already in there into the custom bank, you've literally got a bank called Custom 1 and a bank called Custom 2 at either end. I just want to copy the Les Paul bridge, the Telecaster bridge, the 12-string and the 6-string acoustics onto one bank, so that I don't have to twist a knob as well as change the pickup selector when I'm switching between stuff in the middle of a song.
Do you know the way that you just described, how like this futuristic way of copying banks?
Yeah.
That actually exists. Pretty much the way that you just described it as well. That is literally a feature on the Variax.
What?
You can copy banks from one place to another by using a various hold and twist the knobs function.
Why have you never told me this before?
You literally just need to go on Line 6's YouTube channel, and there's a 3-minute demo of how it works.
Right, well, that's not going to be a great thing for me to want to change on the Variax if it's already fucking in there, is it?
Well, yeah, there you go. So, I mean, what we do need to change is the user manuals, I guess, is that they should be compulsory. Yeah, so to a degree, I agree with the fact that the Workbench doesn't quite work as seamlessly as it should. And if they had like a phone app where you could almost like the TC pedals do with that beam function. If they had that for, okay, I wanted to create a custom patch, but I don't want to pull out this connector box and that connector box, and I don't want to have to connect to a guitar, to the PC and to an amp all at the same time. Yeah, I completely agree. That would be tone printing your custom banks would be absolutely fantastic. Doing it on the fly, beautiful.
Yeah,
that would be a really, really cool function. What I would like is a way of bypassing the battery, so I could literally just plug in without having to charge, because a lot of the time that's what it stands between me and having a really good time with the Variax, is the fact that I've not put the prior work in to charge it.
Yeah.
So if they had, because the original ones, there was a little DI box thing where you could attach it via the L6 link, which is essentially an Ethernet cable, and you'd be able to play without having to charge it, which was fantastic. That it was slightly inconvenient because you were stuck to having these Ethernet style guitar cables, and you were stuck to that length. So just a more convenient way of doing that would be fantastic, because I'd have one of those set up on the pedal board that I demo with, and I'd just rock out on variax modes more often. I know they do it like if you've got like the full fat helix, there's like the L6 link, and you can have it change patches on your variax as well as changing your amp sounds and whatnot. But you're really having to go down the line 6 route there a load.
Yeah, and that changes the price that you're paying for it considerably, because how much was the variax standard? It's like $420, is it?
Yeah. Something like that. I think I paid about $400 for mine.
Yeah. And obviously I've got the JTV, so mine was about £600, but yeah, like the what's the Helix these days, like £800. So
I think the cheapest one you can get with the Line 6 link is the LT, which is about 800.
Yeah, so like by the time you've bought the guitar as well, that's £1,200.
Yeah, that's an entire rig, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a very different kind of beast if you're wanting to go down that route to get what you want.
Yeah. Like if we're talking about stuff which isn't just kind of really boring, mundane functionality stuff, which I think was not what the spirit of the question was about. One thing I'd like to see, like if at all possible, the way that Kemper's profile amps, I'd love to be able to profile pickups on guitars that I've got.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, so because at the moment
I don't know how you'd do it, but that would be amazing.
Neither do I. I don't know what the logistics behind that kind of process would be. But at the moment on the Variax, you've got a set of Strat pickups. You can alter them a load. You can alter like the values of the pots and the values of the capacitors that go with it, as well as like the output volume of them. So you can kind of change them tonally like that. But you've essentially got a Strat set of pickups, you've got a Tele set of pickups, you've got a set of Les Paul pickups. Although in the humbuckers they've got a few more versions, because they've got like the 89 humbuckers, which are like the ceramic hot rodded buckers and whatnot. But you've only got a version of each of these pickups, whereas I've got 7 different Teles.
Yeah, with 7 different sets of pickups in them.
Exactly, and I've got however many humbucker guitars. I've got however many Strats. I've probably got about 6 Strats or 6 Strat style guitars. Each of them sound different, not only because they've got different body woods and the different makes and whatnot, but because the pickups are different. And like I'll go to my the Stratotele, the Fletch Stratotele, if I want to do this certain style because they're like a really smooth Alnico 2 sound, or if I want a really bright, really kind of almost kind of modern sound, I'll go to the Variax. They're different like pickup sounds, and if there was a way to get different banks of pickups for your Variax, I'd be so happy.
Yeah.
I think that'd be like ways of profiling pickups would be cool, or just an update where you get like maybe an extra set of Strat pickups, an extra set of Tele pickups, an extra set of so on and so forth.
Yeah,
that'd be really
that
cool.
would definitely be cool. Just thinking about what's available on the market, obviously the JTVs have gone, the James Tower stuff is no longer available. Biggest thing I would tell Line 6 to do right now is release a hardtail, whether it's a hardtail Strat or whether it's a Tele or whether it's a Les Paul shape or whatever they want to do. Release something without a fucking trem arm on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion in the kind of the Line 6 forums that people are kind of almost petitioning to say, put the Variax in some rev stars.
I mean, do it.
Because like people absolutely love the rev stars, and I played one at the Birmingham show, and it was really, really cool. Like,
I've played 3 or 4. They're fantastic guitars. Granted,
the one that I played was like a Japanese master built one, so it was supposed to be good. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it felt really cool, and it had that kind of vintage look, but modern-ish accoutrement. So it played like a modern guitar. And in fact, I played 2. I played I played the Master Built one, and I played a lower spec P90 one, and they were both very, very good.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, put Variax tech in a Revstar, or in a couple of Revstars.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, they certainly the James Tyler ones. They had 2 humbucker versions. They had the HSS. They had a triple single coil one.
Yeah.
So they're able to put it in different body shapes.
Yeah. I mean, the was it the 69 was essentially like almost kind of like the midpoint between a Les Paul and a
that was
Telly.
the 59. My one is the 69.
Oh, is yours 69? There you go. Then the 59. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a 69 because it's a rosewood board Strat, which I think is 69. 59 was the Les Paul shape, which was like half. It was halfway between a Les Paul and a Telly, and just looked very weird.
It did, but they had hardtails on them.
Yes, yeah, but that's the kind of thing I would like to see available again, because it's gone. Like I just want a hardtail. Like personally, I really like the shape of the 69 because it's like an offset Strat. Like the body, it's not like symmetrical at the base of it. Like if you're hanging the guitar on a wall, the bottom of it isn't symmetrical. It's like shifted off to the right, so it's almost like an offset Strat. I really like the look of it. I just would prefer a hardtail. So I've made my Strat into basically a hardtail by screwing the screws as far as they go, putting 5 springs in the back.
Absolutely. But yeah, I think hardtail options would be cool. Left-handed versions as well. I think they do very limited left-handed versions, but
possibly. But yeah.
Doesn't really affect me, but I hear it's a thing.
If I was going to change one thing about my one, the volume part is far too stiff. I can't do volume swells. And it's the only Strat style guitar that I've got that isn't a pink sparkle Strat, which is now covered in stickers, so I can't really use that at somebody's wedding.
I mean, now you mention it, I think my volume knob's relatively.
But yeah, it's not. It doesn't feel free flowing. Like there's. I assume because it's got to deal with the magnetic pickups and the technology as well, that it's not a standard style pot. Yeah. And there's a bit more resistance in there. And I would like to be able to do volume swells. There's a couple of songs that we've gone to put in the set in either band that I've needed to do them. I don't have anything where I can easily reach the volume part apart from this and the pink sparkle. The pink sparkle I can't use for weddings, so that's out. Yeah. Because 80% of the gigs that I play are either private functions or weddings. So I'd gone for the Variax, and I just, with my little finger, whilst playing the guitar as well, I can't put enough force through without having to grip round it, at which point, once I've gripped round it, I can't reach the lower strings, so I can't do the volume swelling at all. Yeah. So I need to get myself a Strat, but that's a different discussion. But I'd like to just be able to do it on this. The way the volume pot is, I can't do it.
Yeah. It's not been something that's been a problem for me. I largely haven't tried to do volume swells in a while. But yeah, no, I can get on board with that. I think we fixed the Variax there. I think Variax 2.0. If you're listening, Yamaha Line 6, we'll take a cut, but it'll only be a very small, like 1-2% at most.
Yeah, of all future revenue.
Yeah, of Line 6 and
not profit, revenue.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's probably a good place to end it for this week. Thank you, Marcus, for sending in that question, and I hope we answered it. You've probably switched off by now because it's far too much Variax talk, but thank you anyway. Speaking of stuff, Patreon. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Patreon people. Yeah, you. We love you. The people who support us on Patreon are, let's see if I can do this without the paper, Mr. Andrew Bimson, Mr. Adam Yeomans, Mr. Doug Christ, Mr. Joe Richardson, Mr. Max John Gibbons, And there's one more. Mr. Huge Erection. Yeah, we love you. We love you. We love a huge erection. So if you want to be one of these patronisers who gets your name read out and occasional little love notes from me, it will be a $2, as little as $2 a month. I mean, you can give us more if you want to. If you pop over to patreon.com/frettalk, you will find out what's a go-oning. And yeah, if you want to catch us online, it's Fret Talk Podcast at Facebook, where stuff happens. Like, I'll put in a link to the podcast provider so that you can have your own questions read out on the podcast, like literally your voice, or you can get someone else to read it for you. We're not discriminatory. You can get Microsoft Sam to do it. If anyone is old enough to remember Microsoft Sam.
Vaguely, I remember the Apple lady more than I do Microsoft Sam, just because that was what we had on the computers at schools.
There you go.
And yeah, we used to make the Apple lady say some
pretty
inappropriate things.
Yeah. She was not a lady by the time you guys were finished.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't actually a woman there trying to say the stuff, because she'd have probably topped herself.
Yeah. So yeah, Fret Talk Podcast Group. Please don't send us inappropriate things through Microsoft Sam or Apple Lady. Although I think if you do, I'm duty bound to read them out on the podcast. It sounds like a challenge now, doesn't it? If you want to catch me online, it's facebook.com, instagram.com, and youtube.com/BudgetPedalChap. Every week you get No Talk All Tone from the YouTube, and this week I don't know what's going on. So you tell me, because it will be out by this point. Matt, you are heel_MattQ at Twitch, Twitter, and Twinstagram.
Correct.
And yeah, that's pretty much us for this week, isn't it? I think our next podcast will be a live one, which will be out before this one airs. So hope you enjoyed that. Yeah, that's how time works. Yeah, so from myself, Mr. BudgetChap. Mr. BudgetChap? No, Mr. BudgetPedalChap.
Mr. BudgetChap.
BudgetChap, yeah. Yeah, discount man. From myself, Mr. Discount Man. From your other host, Mr. Matt Quine. Say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
It will be a tatty goodbye and ta-ra a bit from this week, because apparently I can't outro anymore. Ta-ra a bit.
Bye.
Help me. Help.
What happened in the end there?
I don't know. I just forgot how to talk.
Gutted. The wife has left me. She's took the Skybox and my Bob Marley records too. No woman, no sky.
Yeah, that's the one. There we go. I think we found it.